AITA for being mad at my evil sister and ex-husband after they stole my life? Throwaway account, because I'm not ready for this mess to hit my main. Honestly, I'm still reeling. Just need to get this off my chest and figure out if I'm a complete jerk for what I'm about to do. My life used to be pretty damn perfect. Had a great husband, a nice home, and thought my family was tight. Turns out, it was all a lie, cooked up by the two people I trusted most, my own sister and my ex. I met Liam at some charity thing. He was super charming, funny, and had these ridiculously kind eyes. We just clicked over wanting to help people in our weird love for obscure indie movies. Our first date was epic, laughing and talking for hours. He felt like home, like a piece I didn't even know was missing. Within a year, we were inseparable, and by the second, he proposed on a beach under the moonlight. I thought that was the happiest day of my life. Our wedding was everything I dreamed of. Small, happy, full of promises. He was my rock, my best friend, my whole world. My sister, Clara, was always the hotter, more outgoing one. At least, that's what our parents always hinted at. I loved her, even with the constant vibe of competition between us. When I introduced her to Liam, she acted way too excited. "He's perfect for you," she squealed, giving me a hug that felt a little too tight. Liam, being the sweet guy he was always nice to Clara, included her, laughed at her jokes. I didn't think anything of it. She was my sister. He was my husband. But then stuff started getting weird. Clara, who lived out of town, suddenly found tons of reasons to visit. Weekends turned into weeks, always saying she needed a break or just missed her favorite sis. Liam, being the good host, always made her feel welcome. It began with little subtle digs. Clara would innocently say how I was so focused on work lately, while Liam was so supportive. Or she'd compare my cooking to something she'd made, like, "Oh, Liam really loved that chicken I cooked last week, right, sweetie?" He'd just mumble something, avoiding my eyes. I just thought, that's just Clara being Clara, dramatic and always wanting attention. Then came the favors. Clara would ask Liam for help with her car, or moving furniture, or even computer stuff. These favors often turned into whole afternoons or evenings with them. Sometimes I wouldn't even know until later. "Oh, Clara just needed a hand," Liam would say, a little too fast. My gut started screaming, but every time I brought it up, he'd turn it around on me, saying I was overthinking or paranoid. Clara would play the innocent victim. "Oh, I'm so sorry, OP. I didn't think it was a big deal. I just see Liam like a brother." The truly messed up part was how they froze me out. Clara would plan sisters-only stuff with me, then forget to mention Liam was coming, turning it into a three-way where I was the awkward third wheel. Or Liam would suggest a romantic weekend, only for Clara to suddenly have an emergency that needed her at our house, forcing Liam to cancel so he could be there for her. Slowly, without me really noticing at first, my time with Liam was replaced by their time together. My once attentive husband started glued to his phone, smiling at messages I couldn't see. He got distant and snippy with me, but practically glowed when Clara was around. The final punch to the gut was finding a hidden folder on Liam's laptop. It was packed with photos and videos. Not just of him and Clara, but of them kissing, laughing intimately, sharing moments that were supposed to be ours. There were hundreds of texts full of gooey pet names, I love yous, and plans to figure out how to tell OP or wait until OP is less stressed. The most sickening part was a message from Clara. "Soon he'll be all mine. You're almost free." And Liam's reply, "Can't wait, my love." I confronted both of them. Liam, white as a ghost and stammering, couldn't even look at me. Clara, though, she was smug, almost enjoying it. "He picked me, OP," she sneered. "He always loved me more. You were just easy." The betrayal hit me like a truck. Liam, my sweet, loving Liam, just stood there, saying nothing to defend me, not even a hint of regret for all our years. He just stared at Clara, a silent agreement passing between them. I filed for divorce immediately. It was quick and brutal. They moved in together barely weeks after the papers were signed. My family, shocked at first, slowly started taking Claire aside, buying her BS story that Liam and I were unhappy for ages, and she was just helping them find their truth. Now they're parading their love all over the place. Social media posts about their soulmate journey, Pictures in my favorite spots. Even Clara wearing a necklace Liam gave me for our first anniversary. They're living the life I built, a messed up, gross copy of my happiness. I'm broken, shattered, but something new is rising up. Pure, honest-to-God rage. I've got the screenshots, the messages, all the proof of their calculated bullshit. I'm thinking of spilling it all, exposing them to everyone we know, our friends, our family, everybody. I want them to feel every ounce of shame and disgust I felt. I want their perfect love story to be ruined by the truth of their backstabbing. So Reddit, AITA for wanting to torch their world like they torched mine? Update, holy cow Reddit, I'm totally blown away by the response to my last post. Seriously, I just needed to rant, but all the support and, let's be real, the insane number of revenge ideas you guys threw out gave me exactly the kick in the pants I needed. You all are the best. After scrolling through hundreds of comments, a few things kept popping up. Blow them up publicly, hit them where it hurts, and make sure no one can deny the truth. A lot of you pointed out that Liam's job probably had some strict rules, especially since he was in a big role at his tech company. Others told me to get even more solid proof, not just for friends, but for my own family, who had unfortunately bought into Clara's lies. That simmering rage, it turned into a cold, hard fire. I wasn't just heartbroken anymore, I was pissed, and I was ready to play their game, but way better. I spent days meticulously organizing everything. The screenshots of their texts, the photos and videos from Liam's laptop. I didn't just save them. I dated everything, added context, and even found little hints that showed their affair had been going on way before Clara started visiting all the time. I dug up old social media posts where Clara would comment on Liam's pics with weirdly flirty emojis, even when we were still newlyweds. The truly messed up depth of their betrayal just got clearer and clearer. Target 1. Liam's job. Many of you said that bad behavior or a huge breach of trust could screw up his career. Liam was a senior project manager, a job that needs a ton of integrity. So I wrote an anonymous email, laying out a timeline of his betrayal, backed with a few careful, untraceable screenshots of their worst messages. Stuff like him planning dates with Clara during work hours, or Clara bragging about their affair when he was on a business trip. I sent it straight to HR and his department head, really stressing his terrible judgment and ethical screw-up, especially for someone in his position. I didn't accuse. I just laid out the facts and let them connect the dots about his character. Target 2. Clara and the family. This was tougher, since Clara had already poisoned everyone's minds. I knew confronting her directly wouldn't work. Instead, I decided to hit them from multiple angles, customizing my approach for different family members. For my parents, I put together a super careful selection of the most damning evidence. Clara's "soon he'll be all mine" message, the intimate photos, and a clear timeline showing their affair started over a year before my divorce. I showed it to them calmly, with tears, making it about their betrayal, not just of me, but of our whole family. I showed them how Clara had actively lied to them, twisting their view of things. For my closest aunt and uncle, who always had a bad feeling about Clara's innocent act, I gave them the full ugly truth, including the nasty comments Clara made about me in texts and how Liam was totally in on it. I knew they valued fairness and loved me, so I leaned on that. The fallout was fast and oh so satisfyingly messy. A week after I sent that email, Liam got called into a meeting. He tried to deny everything, but the proof was too strong. His bosses, who actually care about their company's image, saw his actions as a huge breach of trust and a major liability. He was fired within 2 weeks. No big announcement, just a quiet, embarrassing exit. I saw his LinkedIn update change from senior project manager to seeking new opportunities almost immediately. The pure joy of that was a bitter but powerful medicine. With my family, it took a bit longer, but once they saw the truth, they couldn't unsee it. My mom was crushed, not just for me, but for realizing how cold and calculating Clara had been. The "soon he'll be all mine" message hit them hardest. My aunt and uncle were absolutely furious. Clara tried to backtrack, to spin new lies, but the sheer amount of undeniable evidence I had just shattered her whole story. The image of the unhappy couple and the helpful sister was gone.
My mom, a woman who almost never yells, called Clara and, in no uncertain terms, told her she was banned from all family gatherings until she truly apologized and got help for her manipulative behavior. There was no more poor Clara, just a deep sense of disappointment and anger. Liam, jobless and facing a family backlash, my family made it clear they wanted nothing to do with him, suddenly wasn't looking so hot. Their soulmate journey seems to be hitting some seriously bumpy roads. I even saw a recent social media post from Clara complaining about money problems and toxic people trying to ruin our happiness. The irony was delicious. Was I the asshole? In my opinion, nah, Reddit. I don't think so. I fought for my peace, for my self-respect, and for the truth. They blew up my life, and I just shined a light on their dark secrets. The weight on my chest is gone, replaced by a quiet strength. It wasn't really about revenge. It was about justice. And finally, I feel like I'm getting my life back.